My boyfriend calls me by his ex's nickname, and now our relationship's stronger than ever. I found out at his family dinner. We were all sitting around the table when he reached for the salt and said, "Can you pass the butter, Dove?" His little sister's fork clattered onto her plate. She burst out laughing. "Dove? Did you just call her Dove?" He looked confused and shrugged casually. "Yeah, so?" His sister glanced at me, then back at him. "Dude, that's what you called your ex, Alice. You can't do that." I sat there frozen, unsure how to react. His mom jumped in quickly, trying to smooth it over, but the damage was done. "It's just a pet name. You're all being weird," he said and turned to me. "If it bothers you that much, then you can be a different bird, like penguin or rhino." He rolled his eyes and started shoving more food into his mouth, but I couldn't shake it. If he reused the nickname, what else did he recycle? So that night I went digging through his Instagram and found Alice's profile. I scrolled through her older photos that were still public, and that's when things got unsettling. The hairstyle was the first thing I noticed. Long dark waves with bangs, exactly what he'd suggested I try 6 months ago, saying it would suit my face better. Then I noticed the dresses in her photos, floral sundresses, the exact style he'd always randomly gift. The necklace she wore was identical to the one he gave me last Christmas, a delicate gold chain with a tiny dove pendant. Of course it was a dove. The more I kept scrolling, the wilder things got. I started checking the locations tagged from their date photos. The overlook by the lake where he took me for our first anniversary. The Italian restaurant where he insisted we make it our special place. Even the hiking trail he claimed he'd just discovered. Every single place I thought was ours had been theirs first. The photos were even taken from the same angles. Her standing by the railing at sunset, me standing by the same railing. Her laughing at the corner table, me at the same table. I felt like I was living someone else's life. I was Dove 2.0. I had to talk to her. I found her workplace on LinkedIn and showed up during her lunch break. She went pale when I introduced myself. "Oh God, you need to leave him," she said immediately. "He's still crazy. He won't stop." She pulled out her phone and showed me hundreds of blocked numbers, all him trying to reach her. Texts from random accounts. He showed up at my gym, my favorite coffee shop, even at my sister's baby shower. I had to file a restraining order because he's just so obsessed. She lowered her voice and whispered, "He'll never let go. Leave while you can." I drove home shaking. When I got home, I immediately confronted him. "I know about Alice. I know about the nickname, the photos, the same hair, places, everything." He paused. "You're being insane. She's the one who won't leave me alone." I laughed bitterly. "She has a restraining order against you." He stepped closer. "That's what she told you? She's a liar. She's been stalking me for a year. Those places, those are my favorite spots. That style, that's what I'm attracted to." And Dove? He lowered his eyes. "I've called every girlfriend that since high school. Maybe it's wrong, but I've always liked it better than babe and baby." I frowned. Everything he said made sense, but I wasn't convinced. But she showed me proof. The blocked numbers, the messages. He grabbed his phone, his hands shaking angrily. "You want proof? Here." He shoved the screen to my face. There were voicemails from Alice begging him to leave me and come back. Screenshots of her showing up at his office building. His coworkers complaining about the crazy ex who kept calling. A notarized restraining order. She's the stalker, not me. I shook my head. But the photos, all those places, the same angles, the same everything. "Did you even check the dates?" He grabbed my phone and pulled up Alice's Instagram. "Look, actually look." He scrolled to the lake photo, posted 4 months ago. He opened his camera roll and showed me our lake photo, taken 8 months ago. He kept going. The restaurant, the hiking trail, every single location. Her posts were all recent, all after ours. She's been following us and copying everything we do. Why do you think I had to get a restraining order? My stomach dropped. I'd been so focused on the similarities that I never checked the timeline. That's when the doorbell rang. Over and over like someone was spamming it like a maniac. "Don't answer it," he begged, but I was already walking to the door. Through the peephole, Alice stood there wild-eyed, finger jammed on the bell. The second I opened it, she jumped me screaming, "I told you to leave him." My boyfriend pulled her off me. That's when my neighbor, still in his police uniform from his shift, tackled Alice, pinning her down while she thrashed and shrieked his name over and over. My neighbor smiled at us after restraining her and said, "Ain't it lucky I worked late tonight?" He called the paramedics, who said she'd be committed for evaluation. My boyfriend held me while I cried, and I finally understood. I wasn't living her life. She was trying to live mine.